Hello gentlemen traders and investors. Thank you very much for helping our project. All links can be found in the description of this video. Now let's look at the company's current performance. MKS Instruments, Inc., ticker MKSI. This review was generated using data as of July 6, 2024. According to classification Guru.Markets company MKS Instruments, Inc., MKSI, belongs to the subcategory Equipment Light. 3 companies participate in the assessment, and this is very representative. We start with general information about the company. A little further we will consider each parameter in a little more detail. If you're interested, you can pause the video. You can study each parameter of the company more thoroughly. Access to the database with ticker classification is free. Thank you very much for your repost and other help. We really need it all. So, friends, let's begin. Market capitalization of the company MKS Instruments, Inc., MKSI, is $9.01 billion. Market capitalization of the subcategory is $235 billion. MKS Instruments, Inc. accounts for a share of 3.84% and is one of the small companies in the subcategory. The company's balance sheet capitalization is $2.42 billion. And the capitalization of the subcategory is $72 billion. MKS Instruments, Inc. constitutes a share of 3.367%. Having made a comparison of the shares occupied by the exchange and book value, we will see the following. Share MKS Instruments, Inc. in the subcategory when assessing market capitalization is 3.84%. The book value is 3.367%. This is 12% less than the share of market value. Assessment of the company's share of the market and book value of the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. Total company assessment. MKS Instruments, Inc. will be presented at the end of the review. Please watch the logic of the study to the end. The organization's debts amount to $4.951 billion. Debt to book capitalization amounts to 204.6% of the company's capital. Rating for the level of the company's debt obligations. Very bad, -2 points. The ratio of a company's market value to its profit corresponds to 0. While the average in the subcategory is 52.4, which is much worse than the average in the subcategory. Assessment of the company's stock price to profit ratios in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Very bad, -2 points. Profit for the last 12 months was -$1,783 million. Forward earnings for the next 12 months are unknown. And this is negative for the company. Assessment of projected future profit indicators in comparison with companies in the subcategory. Good, 1 point. The balance of company value to revenue is 2.4. The average in the subcategory is 3.2, and this is 25% lower than in the subcategory. Assessment of market value to revenue indicators in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. Revenue for the last 12 months was $3,700 million. Future revenue for the next 12 months is unknown. This is very bad for the company. An assessment of the projected future revenue indicator in comparison with the indicators in the subcategory. Bad, -1 point. If you are interested in our analytics. In this case, we kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell. For you, because it is free, you will greatly help the development of this project. The sales margin is -48.2%, with an average in the subcategory of 6.1%. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 54.3%. Marginality assessment in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's share in terms of the number of employees in the subcategory is 3.981%, which is 4% more than the share of market capitalization. And this shows the imbalance of the company's stock price MKS Instruments, Inc., probably towards underestimation. The amount of market capital per employee of the organization is $883,000. Whereas in the subcategory there are $916,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the organization's performance is 3.6%. Estimation of the amount of capital per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Good, 0.5 points. The amount of profit per individual employee of the company is $0,000. The average in the subcategory is $17,500. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 100%. Estimation of profit per employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The company's revenue per employee is $362,000. In the subcategory $286,000. The difference between the subcategory average and the company's performance is 27%. Estimation of revenue per individual employee in comparison with indicators in the subcategory. Tolerable, -0.5 points. The volume of short transactions corresponds to 5%, with an average for the subcategory of 3.3%. This is an indicator of the possible risk of a short squeeze. Indicator RSI, 14, shows a level of 56% for the company MKS Instruments, Inc. MKSI. Whereas for the subcategory the RSI level, 14, is 50%. Potentially, securities of the subcategory are valued approximately the same as shares MKS Instruments, Inc. Comparing the movement of a company's stock price MKS Instruments, Inc. and subcategory shares. We can see that over 12 months the stock MKS Instruments, Inc. showed a dynamics of 26.8%. Against the price dynamics for the subcategory of 2.9%. This clearly does not indicate anything, but we must keep this fact in mind. The overall result is -5.5 out of 10 points. The average for the subcategory is 1.9 points. If you look very broadly, within the entire stock market in general, you can see that the average result for the stock market in total is 0.4 points. Against the company's score of -5.5 points MKS Instruments, Inc. Let's look at the order table that is available to you. The link is in the pinned comment. The order table contains all publicly made decisions by the information and reference System.GURU.Markets. Access to the order table is free and open. Link in pinned comment. As a result of the valuation of the company's securities MKS Instruments, Inc. MKSI. Guru.Markets. Open a deal for a reason MKS Instruments, Inc. MKSI. This is the most overvalued company in the subcategory. Thank you so much to the audience for watching to the end and for using the help system from Guru.Markets. You really are the coolest audience on the planet.